Hey, Matias here with Toast. Today we're going to install a Toast real wood cover on the Steam Deck. So as you can see, the Toast cover fully wraps almost every inch of the Steam Deck in gorgeous wood. It adds a huge amount of grip to it, so it's really stable in the hand. It adds a nice protection to it and definitely changes the look from that pure black plastic box to something really unique and different. So this is a pretty complex installation for sure, but totally manageable. And just a reminder, Toast does have a Butterfingers replacement policy. So if you screw it up so badly that it causes some issues, Toast will send you a replacement cover to try again. So included in your kit from Toast are detailed instructions with diagrams on how to install it. Then we have our kit of parts. This is the front main cover. There's also a back, wraps around the grips and button covers, a set of alcohol wipes, and you'll want a rag and a knife or scissors. You're gonna wanna clean the Steam Deck really well. So we've got our alcohol wipes here, and we're mostly gonna be focusing on getting those edges really clean and the grips. This stuff could be really greasy from fingerprints and things like that, and so it's really important to get this good and clean so that you get a good bond. And then we're going to take our cleaning cloth and just dry off that alcohol. So to start the installation, we start with the main body. And this one's really the easiest part to install because it just fits right to the touch pads. So the one thing we want to do before installing this is you want to decide if you want to leave this frame on the screen or not. If you're using a screen protector, you're going to want to remove this and maybe apply it over the screen protector or just forego this piece. So basically it goes right to the bezels of the screen versus the glass edge. So we're going to remove that frame for now. Just flip it over and you can see these little tabs that are holding it together. And just take your X-Acto knife and put it in the slot and run it through those tabs. And just go twice over it like that. And then we'll turn it around and you can see the little tab there. So I'm just going to put the knife in the slot, cut through, cut through, cut through. Second pass just to make sure nice and clean. Continuing around. Now the frame just comes right out. And we'll set that aside if you want to use that later. That's the only X-Acto knife work. So then we're going to grab our nicely cleaned Steam Deck, and you can see it now matches right up to the glass edges. The alignment points are these touch pads. That's what you want to get perfect. Turn it over and peel off the backing paper. You do want to make sure you get it all off completely. You can also use a blade to get those edges up. It's kind of intricate and may not come off exactly in one piece, but if you peel slowly, it definitely helps. All right. So now we're going to align it up with that touchpad and get that really nicely aligned on one side and then come over to the other side. That's going to guide everything else into place. And then you can press it down around the controllers, and buttons and everything. Okay, so then we will roll the edges, rolling it down, and you'll see it matches up with the buttons really nicely. And we'll do the other side, just kind of a good bond along there. The tops of the grip area. And basically we're just kind of working it down, and all those cuts kind of come together to meet the contours. And then around to the front here, just giving everything a good press. And then you can see that the designers at Toast really outdid themselves this time. So now we've got the top half fully wrapped. It's on to the bottom. And the key alignment points are actually these screw holes. That will get this nice and straight, and then it will go on nicely. So we'll flip it over and peel off the backing paper. This one's easy because it's just a nice big piece. Ready to go. Basically we're just hunting for those two screw holes there in the middle. Get those on, and then these two at the bottom. And then I can see that it nicely aligned up with the speaker holes. So we can press this down. Turn it around, wraps down into the contours on the sides, and then we can roll that edge over. And you can see how that nicely meets the top half. And then we'll just flip it around, and we can do that, roll that edge over. All right, so that is the easy bit. So now we've got the two really challenging pieces, which are wrapping these grip areas, these really extreme contours. We've got this crazy cut pattern to fit to all this shaped material here. So how this works is it fits down into this, and we're gonna use this edge along here as our alignment point. And we're only gonna peel off some of the backing paper to make it easier so that the other pieces don't set up on and make it hard to align it. So we're gonna peel just past that first piece, and that will give us a little bit of flexibility. And then we're gonna install this by just kind of pushing it tight into that seam there and down into that seam. So now that we've got those in, what we're gonna do is then peel off the rest of that backing paper, which is a little tricky, these long wings and stuff. But again, peeling gently makes it easier, and we can use our X-Acto knife. Remember, don't poke the cameraman in the eye with the knife while you're doing this. So now that we've got all of that off, what we're basically going to be doing is just rolling this down and around onto this edge and then mating these guys up. And worry more about this edge first, getting that nice, and then getting that wing on, pushing it into that shape. So once we've got that in, then we can start working the rest of the pieces down so that they come together to form that contour. Over time, that adhesive is going to really set, and all those parts are going to conform nicely, and we'll repeat on the other side. So we've got our wrap. We're going to peel back the first section. We're going to take this piece, and we're going to tuck that in to fit in there, and then tuck this side in to fit nicely. Going to press it down into the concave space. Okay, and then we get to peel off the rest of the backing paper. So we got all that paper off, and again, we're just going to roll the main part around until it mates up nicely with the other piece, and then work on this last wing piece, just kind of pushing it up into that shape. And then we can work on bringing all these pieces together. So that's the main body fully wrapped, and the last piece is a bunch of button covers. So we've got these large actuator buttons on the bottom, and we have matching toast ones, each with the L4, L5, R4, R5 labels on them. And then there's the included power button and volume buttons as well. So to get these out, we're gonna peel that backing paper to kind of reveal one button at a time. So this is L5, so we're gonna go over and find L5, and I'm just going to just kind of get it nicely evenly spaced in there and press down into the contour. Go back, L4 here. Right side buttons, peel off that backing paper, pull the button out. This is R4, line it up, center it on the button, and press it down in there. Lastly, we've got R5, peel off that backing paper, pull the button out, and press that in. And very last are the tiny little power and volume buttons. These are kind of optional. The buttons work fine without them, but we made these anyways. So the tiny little button goes on the recessed power button like that, and then our volume buttons. Give them a good press to bond, and there you go. Steam Deck fully wrapped in rosewood. So you can go and just make sure that everything's down and properly seated. And then we still have this optional frame. So if you weren't gonna use glass screen protector, or you wanted to put a screen protector down first, then you could apply this afterwards. That adds a little bit more protection, but it doesn't cover any of the functioning screen area. It's simply around the display. Just be aware that if you peel this off, you're likely to remove any screen protector that's down. So that's how you wrap your Steam Deck in a toast realwood cover. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to stay in touch. Thanks.